Evening. How are you keeping? Summer's over. Cheers. Right, I've had to sneak out. It's a Thursday night. I've looked at forecasts going forward and the weekend's rubbish. So tomorrow night, Friday night's rubbish, Saturday's rubbish. Sunday, you don't camp on Sunday nights, not unless you got Monday off, and I ain't got Monday off. So it's a Thursday night, cheeky school night camp. Now, I've been out for a while, a couple of weeks, I think. What did I do last? I can't remember where I went last. Oh, aye, that were it. The hike around the Argyll Peninsula, wasn't it? I had no camping on that. So last time I camped was Skye, I think. Goodness me, that seems like a long time ago. So the reason for tonight's camp is I've got a bit of new gear. I've been on a Decathlon raid. I didn't have a great deal of money to spend, so I wanted bang for my buck. But I've got a bit of bike packing planned. So I need packable, I need lightweight and packable without causing more financial domestic hardship for me and everybody else. So we're going to have a look at that tonight. We've got a few refreshments, just a few mind. Freeze-dried meal, nothing the best for me. So the first thing I can show you is this sleeping mat. So from Decathlon, this is the it's the Air, the MT500 Air, and it's a large. It's got an R value of 1.5. It's just over 500 grams, and as you can see, it's nice and packable. Now, I don't know much about it. It didn't cost me a great, I think it was about £40, something like that. So again, not a bank breaker anyway, compared to the much higher class ones. But I don't know how long it'll last. I've absolutely no idea what level of comfort I'm going to get out of it. But we're going to give that a go tonight. Because it's only got a low R value of 1.5, I've actually brought the foil mat as well tonight, just to offer a little bit of protection, because temperatures have dropped, and well, we want to give it the best possible chance. But small, packable, perfect for bike packing. And well, I'll show you, it's got some silicone tabs on it as well to stop it from sliding around, which I like. I think that's a good idea. I think they all should be doing it. So let's get this inflated and show you it in the flesh. That's inflated. That probably took less than a minute. You can see these silicone pads on here, so they're like these little cross things. There's plenty of them, so there's absolutely no sliding around. The only thing that's going to slide around is the mat. 2 inches thick, so 5 centimeters, something like that. And there's always a trade-off, you know. I mean, £40, very packable, half a kilo, whatever that is. What's that, a pound in weight? So it's not a lot. So we'll see how that goes tonight. So the next thing that I got in the bargain bucket, which is Decathlon this weekend, is this down sleeping bag. I'll tell you a little bit about it in a second. I'm going to have to look it up because there doesn't seem to be anything identified on it. But it's goose down. It's good to about 5 degrees. Now, I'm quite a hot sleeper, so that's enough for me, certainly through summer. And again, very, very packable indeed. But what I'll do is, I don't have any information on it to hand, so I'll stick them on the screen now. I think this costs about £100. But this will be good for me. And again, very packable. So between the mat and that, around about £150, which I'm pleased with. I think maybe while I was there, I should have bought a new pillow, because my seat to summit's looking a little bit past its sell by date, isn't it? But obviously the biggest test will be how I sleep tonight on it. I'm confident. I did a little bit of research before I went into Decathlon, so I bought with a relative level of confidence. But you know, everybody's different, aren't they? So, you know, one person's good night's sleep is another one's nightmare. We'll see how that goes. And then whilst I were in there, what I also wanted was some new walking poles. So I got these 4-class 900s, again Decathlon. I paid about £70 for the pair, £35 each. And they fold into 3 and they're extendable. Now, my original black diamonds, which I usually use and I use for putting up my hex peak, are too big for this tent. So I was having to rely on my Carrymore ones. I like the fact that these fold into 3. My black diamonds fold into 3. My Carrymores only slip into 2, so they're quite long. So again, not as packable, not quite as good for my bike camping plans. So it's all very exciting, isn't it? Anyway, that's a refreshment sorted for the evening. It's nice that it's stopped raining now. So not too far from home, just over on Glen, and I was actually going to go up on that hill up there, which was Ben Ike, and I was going to do it from Glen Luss, but actually the wind's dropped a bit now, but early on it was blowing a bloody hoolie, and what I didn't want to do is be, whatever it was, 2,000 feet up and taking a chance with a sleeping bag I've never slept in, or a camping mat that I've never slept on. So I thought, let's take a pact for going up there. But I thought, no, what I'll do is I'll just go local. It was a very last minute thing with the wind, and looking up towards Argyll and the Argyll Alps are absolutely fantastic. So what's been going on? Well, since the Sky Trail, I got myself some new boots. I got some of these Ultras with the really wide toe box, because my Orcas absolutely scrunched my toes up, and that's what caused all the blisters. And I've been out on these a couple. I did that hike, that's 15-mile hike around Ardgarten last week, and they performed well. My feet were a little bit achy, but I mean, it was a long hike, so they performed well, so that were good. They seem to go. We'll see how these go. I'll let you know how they get on. But they're the style of the Hoka and the Gore-Tex, so I've got a bit of protection as well, and they allow my toes to spread. So I'll let you know what I get on with them. The walking poles, there'll probably be nothing to report on them. They'll do a job, so I'm looking for them. Obviously, I'll let you know how I get on with the mat and the bag. And then the only thing that remains to do really is actually do a little bit of cycling, because I haven't actually sat on my saddle on my bike now for 8 months or something like that. So I need to get a little bit of pedalling done and get ready for some of these bike packing trips I've got lined up all around Argyll Bute and west of Scotland, which won't surprise you. So sit down now and have a drink. Right, I'm just going to have some tea now and boil some water for this pasta job. I'm pretty certain it was Carl who actually left this with me when he came to camp with me up along Fort William and down Loch Long. So all good. I'm actually getting a bit tired. It's 7:15 now, and I'm going to have to be up very early in the morning because I've got work. So I'll probably be about 4:30 in the morning. But so, what's been happening? Well, last time I saw you we were on Skye, the Isle of Skye, and then round Ardgarten, and in between that I think, did I go to Greece? When did I go to Greece? I went to a Greek island, either in between, yes, it was in between the Isle of Skye and Ardgarten, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, we had a lovely holiday, which was down to the island of Kefalonia, which we've never been to before, and it was very, very nice, and the place was very restful. Work's okay, it's very busy. It's sort of like high season for us at work, and lots of changes at work as well, which is, it's okay. You know, there's quite a few new faces and different personalities coming to join us, and it'll be interesting to see the direction that this year takes now with all these new influences. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be very positive. Mrs. Boardman's doing very well. She's in a happy place, and health-wise I'm alright too. I don't seem to have any uffs or puffs or niggles or tweaks. Everything seems to be in a good place, so long may that continue. So yeah, a bit of bike packing. I think for those that follow the channel, I think they know that whilst I do climb hills and go wild camping and hiking and do all those kind of things, my roots are very much bedded in cycling. I've got a couple of sort of like the non-competitive ones, they're just really sort of like adventures, and I've got a couple of big ones lined up, and then fingers crossed, if it all goes well, really I've got a 180 miler, but it's not like gravel or off-road or anything like that, but it's a very popular route, and I quite fancy it, so stay tuned for that. Obviously I'll still be climbing hills and camping up on tops and all that kind of stuff, because, well, sometimes it calls you, doesn't it? And it's good for the health, it's good for the legs, it keeps everything moving, stops me getting fat and lazy. Right, that's me all fed and watered, and I'm going to now relax and get some sleep, because I've got a very early start in the morning. I shall leave you to see this this day disappear behind the hills, and let's hope this mattress does a job and this sleeping bag does a job. I'm going to take this jacket off in a second, and then I'll report back first thing in the morning. 4:30, set your alarm. Morning. It is 10 to 5. Not a bad night at all. I was warm enough, which was good. It's not too cold, and once that wind had dropped, things got better. So the sleeping the sleeping bag was good. Not too bad. I didn't have to layer up or anything like that. But I think if it had been any colder, I would have definitely been putting more on. The pad was okay. I had a bit mess about with it a little bit to find out actually just how much air I needed in it to be comfortable without my hips going through it. But I slept okay, really. I can't complain. I was awake just before the alarm. There was just a bit of rain kicking around, which woke me up. But all good. Right, thanks for watching. See you the next time.